In this video, we're going to look at how we use factorising to solve a quadratic equation. So for example, x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. And it's important when we're solving quadratic, we've got the equals 0 on the right hand side. Now, the technique is factorising, and so the key part here is being able to factorise a quadratic. So the important thing to remember is when we're looking for two brackets here, and from the x squared we can certainly see there'll be an x at the beginning of each bracket. Now we need to consider what the numbers will be associated with these. So the important thing to remember here is we're looking for two numbers that when added together make the coefficient of the x in the middle. When they're multiplied together they make the 15 on the end in this case. Now probably when working positive numbers it's fairly easy to see what they'll be, but a useful technique is to actually write down all the possibilities and then eliminate them, and there should only be one left. So some numbers you multiply together make 15. We just list those down. We've got 1 and 15. We've got 3 and 5. Well, after that we've got 5 and 3 and 15 and 1. So they're just repeated above here. So all you've got to do is look at those combinations and say which pair, when you add them together, make 8. Well, the top two don't. 1 and 15 make 16. So we're simply left with 3 and 5. And remember that's positive 3 and positive 5. So going into our brackets, we'll have plus 3 and plus 5. And just putting the equal naught on the end, just to make it all look like as it was when we started. So we've now got a factorised expression where we've got x plus 3, x plus 5 equals 0. Now to find the solution, what we're going to think of is when we multiply anything by 0, we'll get 0. So if we can make this first bracket equal to 0, it wouldn't matter what the value of the second bracket would, because we'd have 0 times 0 times something which isn't 0, which will simply equal 0. So looking at the first bracket, well, the value of x that would make this bracket 0 will be minus 3. So x could be minus 3. So this bracket would be 0. If we put minus 3 in here, we get plus 2, but 0 times plus 2 still equals 0. So that's the first one we've done. Now we can look at the second bracket and look for the solution for that one. Well, here, very simply, we'll have x is going to be minus 5, because minus 5 plus 5 equals 0. So that bracket will be 0. Wouldn't matter what this one is. When x is minus 5, this will be minus 2. Minus 2 times 0 equals 0. And in a very simple way, the sign on this solution is the opposite to the one in the bracket. Here again, this sign is opposite to the one in the bracket. That's the first example. Right, continuing, we've got an example here. We've got x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0. So again, we're going to factorise it. So we've got to look for two numbers that we add together to make minus 2, but when multiplied together to make minus 15. So again, I'm going to list down the possibilities and then eliminate there. So the possibilities of getting minus 15. So I could have 1 and minus 15. I could have 3 times minus 5. And I can continue now because I've got 5 times minus 3 and 15 times minus 1. So they're all the possibilities. And we're going to work down them to find a pair that will give us minus 2. So 1 take away 15. Well, that's no good, that's minus 14. 3 take away 5, well, that will give us minus 2, so let's just circle that for a moment. Just continue. We should only be one solution, but just check the others though. So we've got 5 take away 3, that equals positive 2, so that's no good. And 15 take away 1 gives us 14, so that's no good. And there will only be one pair that works. So we've now got our factorised expression. We'll have x add 3 and x take away 5. The sign's coming from here. I'll just put a little positive there, and that will equal 0. So just in the previous example, to make the first bracket here equal to 0, x could be minus 3, and from the second bracket, making this one equal to 0, x could be 5. So we've got two possible solutions. X is minus 3 or x is 5.